Hi, and welcome back to Odyssey of Ascension. This is Roxanne. It is Wednesday's channeling. Thank you all once again for tuning in. Let's get going. Here we go. Greetings once again to the collective Ocyphius, that of Leviticus. Stand by. Greetings to humanity once again. The wizard of all wizards, Leviticus. Choose what you will, but I choose it. And my choice is final. It is. No one can tell me different. Because no one truly has the ability to tell me another truth other than my truth. And I've been relating to humanity in the idea of wizardry, being a wizard in that idea, through the idea of being channeled by Roxy, and relating to humanity through that, and relating to the wizardry world through Leviticus. But what am I? I'm the same as you. Terra from the Mat clan, we call them Terramat, from the Sasquatch civilization, your former Martians, if you will, had explained something to the Sylvester class today that was brilliant. That I'm understanding myself through the paradigm of myself as Leviticus, a wizard. You guys are understanding yourself as a human, but you're not. That's the difference. See, I am a wizard. This idea, this focus is that. It is that as my truth is that. When I change my truth, it's not because I'm not that. It's because I choose to focus on this energy and become the more of myself. Whether that is still in the bodysuit or the focus of wizardry and changing my personality or my persona of, let's say, a name or an incarnation within that idea world. That doesn't matter. See, you guys are humans, not. You've never been human. You're playing a game called humanity and picking up the idea of separated constructs of belief systems that are illusionary. They exist in time. They are personalities of now, of expression. They're real because you energize them as real because you're God, okay? But that's the key. You're God. You've never been the human. And the idea of Terra explained something to the class which was brilliant. See, the Martians blew themselves up, okay? And they were electromagnetic energy now. There were wisps of light, dust, particles, and about a third of them came down to Earth, and some of them went over to this part. Within about 1 million light years of your idea solar system is where the Martians spread themselves and became other ideas. But see, when they died, exploded, and left their civilization and all that stuff, all the things that you can imagine your mind to take you, let it tell you your own truth, you're God here. So the history is within yourself. So that idea, what they became was, and the idea of Sasquatch, they're not Sasquatch incarnated. They just gave themselves a means of co-creating on an idea, planetary system of a third density, and they gave themselves a body that happens to look like and called the Sasquatch. See, I was birthed as a wizard because we came up with a paradigm of wizardry. They just took a vessel and became an idea so they can be the Martians inside of a vessel that we, humanity down here, deemed as something called Sasquatch. And they are that, but they're not that. They're the energizer behind it, and that's the point. I want you guys to see you've never been human. You're relating to humanity in the way of a God forgotten. You're God. I'm God, but I'm a paradigm of the idea of wizardry. So right now, I have no reason to not be God because I know I am God, but I also have no reason to become God when I know I'm God. See, you guys don't know you're God because you think you're human, and what you're doing is changing your point of view, the way you're relating to that idea paradigm. So you are understanding a relationship with humanity now, not human beings, not humans. Go ahead, darling. Okay? Mm-hmm. You're not relating to the idea of how you think you have to be. This is an opportunity. I mean, you are if you choose to do that. But you have the potential to not relate to humanity as in the way you did as a human to a human, as a human to society, as a human. Because when you become the idea, the encompassing idea of human, then everything that's ingrained and contained in that idea of vibration of your definition of what is human through the construct of your memorandum of experience while being a forgotten God is interlaced and encouched within your reality of now. So reality doesn't change much, does it? Things don't happen. You try to create them. You seek them. You are wondering why you're not, why you're not, why you're not, and what about this, and what about this, and what about this? It's because you're playing the human point of view. You got to become God. It was brilliant. It was brilliant that Tara brought that in such fashions to be the equum in a relationship with humanity. The ideas of the Martians are not separated. They know what they are. But they engage themselves to hang around on Earth for a few millennium to be the idea of Sasquatch and vibrate between the frequencies of all the worlds that exist here and now. Agartha, the fairies, the unicorns, all those different vibrations that are here and now, the wizard world, the whole thing. So they're in that interaction with that, but everyone knows that they're Sasquatches, but they're fully already evolved beings, as humans are. You guys are not evolving. You're God. You're whole already. The paradigm of the wizard is to be connected and expand itself. The paradigm of the Sasani, same thing. The paradigm of the Zephyrs, of the Zetas, whatever you can imagine yourself as a light being, some kind of incarnation. You have 338 or 73, depending on the now that you're in, civilizations to understand a co-creation as that and become that, but that's an evolutionary experience from a connected self to explore itself in the paradigm of, let's say, the Zetas, okay, or a dog, or a cat, or a worm, or a flower, okay, those are the ideas. You become that and do that. You are God being this. To experience a new point of view, how to relate to humanity. It's the relationship of the paradigm, the game, called humanity to explore its potential, not to limit itself through the ideas of a forgotten God that's not worthy of its own choices, that has to be bound and tied down by the arrogance of another that says they're better than you because they have a plaque or something on a wall that says I am better than you, or they have some that sounds and buzzwords fatty that a whole bunch of people in comfort and numbers validate, and you're left standing in the cold. Well, good, because you're fucking God. And there's no better than choosing yourself and understanding yourself in your movement of reality. Not fearing the unknown, not fearing time, not worried about if you're going to eat or sleep or be warm or sheltered, or not worried if you're going to fall in love. And get that thinking collective idea of a separated mind out of the game and allow the unknown, uncomfortable, scary fucking you that you forgot you are in. Remember, you, Bashar, your guys' friend here on Earth, great little guy. He said it. You are the third density, not in it. And for God's sakes, listen to that again. If you are that density, everything that's around you in your little bubble, that's no bigger than what you can perceive. That's your Earth. It's not one Earth. It's not a large Earth. It's not full of billions of people. That's your Earth. If you are that density, that electromagnetic bubble in the now of co-creation, if you are that, what are you scared of? History. Others. See, they want to scare you to keep you down, because if they see the light, they're afraid of the light, and that means they have to choose their worthiness, and everyone doesn't understand what worthiness is. What they understand is a separated self that is less than, that has to earn its way back to Godship, or has to make sure that it's part of, and does a whole bunch of check marks of good, and outweighs the fuck-ups of life. And they want to scare you back down to them, because if you grow too light, they get jealous and envious, and they don't like you, and they want to bring you back down. But that's changing in and of itself, because there's enough light beings out there that are changing the attitude of humanity. Not the attitude of good or bad attitude of direction. The way they feel about things. Their attitude, I'm going this way, you can go that way. Like a plane has an attitude, down, up, left, or right. It's the way you project yourself in the direction you go with your own free will. That's the difference. That's what's changing. So understand, you guys are not humans. Don't do that to yourself. You're creating a vessel, humanity, a paradigm that is unlimited, and it potentiates itself only with the value of its own circumferencing framework. Remember your Seth. And that framework is expandable and choosable. And only will it change with the self-love, with the self-perception of awareness that chooses the bravery over the fear of another. To go against the grain, to be the idea of the coveting systems, to allow it to collapse and not feed that monster of separation and start to become something that you've never experienced. It's uncomfortable, it's scary, it's unknown, it's a vibration that doesn't sit because it doesn't feel like anything you've ever known. Yes, of course, because all you know is separation, human. Now it's time to relate to humanity from what point of view? The only one you've ever had, God. Awareness. Individual singularities that are creating this bubble here, this earth, this idea. We're not the idea of physicality. That's illusionary, to give yourself the wonderful experience. Your thought. Be the freedom of that. Be the expansive of that. Be the explorer of the unlimited thought that lies within. And you'll find the God that you've forgotten. Don't worry about ascending. Don't worry about becoming. Don't worry about a career. Don't worry about your income. Don't worry about blah, blah, blah. Everything that's human, because as soon as you let go of that, that's when the unknowns are made available. Go back to yourself. Framework A, Framework B. If you don't understand Framework A, okay, or if you understand it and that's all you know, how can you expand? Well, you got to let Framework B, what lies on the outside in. So if there's a truth in Framework A that you know it's bullshit anymore, let go of it so you can expand and take those edges and bleed them larger into your own reality. Make your sandbox bigger. It's okay. Trust you. Who else is there? You. No one else. You. Be you. Okay? And come play with us in the wizard world. And remember, the wand picks the wizard. They always got that wrong. Love you guys. And we bid you a good day. Adonai. Oh, beautiful, they're good. Thank you, darling. Levi. All right, guys. Excellent. And we'll see you on Friday. Bye, everybody.